Hello and welcome to Riverview, Florida. I'm Tampa Chris of Tampa Chris's EVs. It's been a couple weeks since we did a video. Been kind of busy, traveling, family life, all that good stuff. But tonight we're live here in Riverview, Florida, bedroom community of Tampa. We are about 12 miles east of the city. Massive bedroom community out here, townhomes, condos, single family homes. Infrastructure is pushed to the max as far as streets and everything like that. And lo and behold, what do we have here? A Mercedes-Benz charging network location. So we're going to do a site survey tonight on it. And why is this Mercedes-Benz charging network different than any others? We're going to go over that in a few minutes too. This is not a Buc-ee's. This is not a Starbucks. This is not a Simon Mall. Those are the places you expect to see these because they have contracts to put them in. This is in a bedroom community east of Tampa, right off Interstate I-75. Okay, it's about 2.5 miles that way on the main road right out here. I'm going to get my car charging, and then we're going to show you some cool things here at the site. I love these chargers, the HYC Alpha Petronic 400s. I still think they're the best chargers out there. Okay, we're seeing more and more of these in the area, and more to come. Walmart has just revealed 2 sites in the Tampa Bay area. They're going to be putting these chargers in, one in Clearwater and one in Wesley Chapel. Okay. Ayana is moving into the Tampa Bay market, as I said in my last video when I reviewed the Ayana site in Valdosta, Georgia. They're going to be putting in their 3 Wawas, and then they're going to do a Giga Hub at the convergence of I-75 and Route 4, I-4. Okay, they're going to put a 20 stall. It's supposed to be a driver's lounge, all that stuff. So much good stuff happening here in Tampa Bay with the electrification. Okay, continues. Okay, but let's get the charger going on the car before I talk too much and see what we can do. I came in at 9% state of charge. This car's been charging really good lately with the nice weather. You know, today was really hot and everything. It's cooling down right now. You probably see the sun behind me setting, so that's west. Okay, and it's starting to cool down. Cool down means it's in the mid 80s right now, lower humidity. So I charged this car the other night at 188 kilowatts, which is real strong. Published rate on this is 170, so it does really well, especially with these chargers. So let me get it going here. I'm going to walk over to the charger. Okay, I'm going to walk over to the charger here. Okay, it says plug in. Now a little bit different. Ayana, I had to hit the card first. Okay, same charger, just different beginning protocol. So real simple. Pull this out. Purposely parked a little farther away just so I could use the cable management. That is the best cable management in all of charging right there. Nice click. Come back over here. Plugged in. Starting to communicate. I have my credit card because my phone is okay. Here we go. Wow. Same thing happened at Ayana. These pay dirt, I've heard bad things about some of these pay terminals. Beep as fast as I put the credit card there. $50 hold, just like all the others. Not bad. Approved. Car's plugged in like it said. Authenticating. This is why you have to love these chargers. Everything is so smooth. Heard connectors already. Connecting with the car. Okay, look, if you have a problem, they got a customer service number here. A lot of good stuff. Now, you can use Mercedes-Benz app, but obviously you have to have a Mercedes-Benz to use their app. I use the ChargePoint app. They usually use these. And look at this, we're charging already. That's one of the quickest handshake times this car's ever had. You know, we know that it's 6, 7, 8 seconds on a Tesla. What was that? 15 seconds maybe? You know, charging, ramping up. It's already up to 10%. 157, 172, 178, 179. Usually goes up, I notice now, to 179, okay? And then it starts going up single digits, 180, 181, 182, and usually ends about 187, 188. Let's get some of the nerdy charging details here, okay? And it showed the introductory cost on the screen. All Mercedes-Benz charging networks are 40 cents a kilowatt right now, which is a great price. Really hearing the fans ripping up right now in here, okay? 182 charging speed. Okay, we go to some more detail just by hitting that. Okay, there we go. Oh, okay, on the Honda, they showed you more amperage and, let's see if I can get that to come up. I want to see the energy delivered. There's the power curve right there. Ramped right up to 182. It's flat. It's ripping right now. Love to say that. Kyle Connors. It's ripping, baby. Averaging that. Energy delivered 4 kilowatts already. All that. You always hit the back. This is the stop. You got to make sure you don't hit that one. All right, and things are going around. That was really quick. Quick handshake time. Quick everything there. So let's look at where we're at here. Okay? Riverview, Florida. I said it a couple times. A lot of people living out here using this. But Janet, step out here. Let's get a picture of the chargers here, starting at the end. So Janet, walk back here, please. Okay. We want to pan all the way from the right to the left. You can hear the fans right now. My thermal fans are ripping in the car because so much energy is getting dumped in so quickly. See the nice lights up there? They're all on. That's great at night. And as you can see on the dispenser, the blue is lit up where the handle was. That shows it's being used. I would love to see as an improvement when you're using the charger, and I'm seeing something that I didn't notice before. So it's green on either side of the pole when nobody's using it. And on mine, number 5 there, it turns white when somebody's using it. I think it should be blue or something like the handle, so it really pop. So that tells people when you're pulling up, yeah, because it's green for number 4 on this side. So it does light up on the pole when a charger is being used. You just have to know their system a little bit. It can be a little confusing, but really good. This is the part I don't get. There are electric cars everywhere in Tampa and only getting worse every day. Okay? We're the only ones here. It's 810 bedroom community, and I'm the only one charging. This is like my 3rd or 4th time here. I think there's only been like one car one other time. Well, there should be a waiting line for this place. I don't think the word is getting out quick enough. A new Electrify America station opened by downtown at the IKEA furniture store, which they have a contract with. We're starting to see wait times there now on the weekends. A car waiting 6 stalls, you know. We're 10 stalls here. We're the only ones here. And when I pulled back in the parking lot, I got confused and saw cars over there. I go, oh my God, it's filled. I can't believe it. And I go, oh no, I'm wrong. Here they are. Special pricing, best chargers in the world, in where all the cars at. This is where all the people live. And they're not getting used. I'm sure over time they'll catch on more. But so let's talk a little bit about the site here. This is just a regular strip plaza. Riverview High School, big high school, right across the street. A couple thousand kids go there. A regular, we got a, Janet went to scroll pan over there on the, we got a microbrewery, couple places to eat, tanning salon, cleaners, some shops. It goes down. You can see the Sonic hamburger place with the drive-through. Now, one thing I noticed on the way, ice cream shop right over here, and over you see the orange on the top. That's the backside of a convenience store, Circle K, and the other half of the convenience store is a Dunkin' Donuts. Everybody loves Dunkin' Donuts. So, and this is a rehab place here, so obviously this is closed for the day. But it's right in the middle of everything. It's not behind the building, not out the street, not over by the dumpsters, right in the middle. You got parking over here, parking over here, parking over here, the entrance over here. Pretty cool in the sense this is a true suburban, location that people traveling on the highway can use. So 2.5 miles, I just measured it from Interstate 75. North is that way, Naples, Michigan. That's simple. Okay, you go south all the way down to Naples and north to Michigan. This is the 3rd location in the Tampa Bay market, okay? There's one about 25, 27 miles south of here in the Bradenton area, a town called Ellington. That's at a Simon Mall property. That's what we expect. Those are the things that were announced. Simon Malls. So it's in there, and it's been there for about a year and a half, 2 years, and they have the older dispensers in, just changed them out like a month ago. Got the latest and greatest Mercedes-Benz doing that, okay? And the third location is up where I work in Wesley Chapel, and it's under construction right now. I think they're putting in the dispensers this week. I'm going to go over there and take some photos. And they're actually backed up to the Electrify America station at a Simon Mall up there. So Simon Mall, suburban location. So this is kind of different because it's near the highway, but not on the highway. And it's where all the people live. The traffic out here is immense. It looks like nothing now because it's 8:10, 8:15 at night. But you come here later, it's totally different. Okay? But Mercedes-Benz Charging Network was originally going to build their own network. Their headquarters for the United States is in Atlanta, the east northern suburb, Sandy Springs. I've been there. Beautiful. They really went all out with the canopy, this, that, because that's their, U.S. location. And then nothing happened for like a year, so everybody thought they weren't going to do anything. Well, they signed up with IANA. And for people who don't know who IANA is, it's the 8 major automakers that got together, all of them threw a boatload of cash, formed a company to build charging stations. And that would be Honda, Toyota, Kia, Hyundai, Stellantis, and Ford, okay, and BMW and Mercedes. So why would Mercedes build these when they've already invested a lot of money into IANA that's building places like crazy? We have 4 of them about to start construction any day now in Florida, in the Tampa Bay market. And so it's a surprise to everybody. So they hooked up with Buc-ee's. They just thought that was a cool thing. The truck stop thing, Buc-ee's. Everybody loves Buc-ee's. It's like a theme park for convenience stores. Really cool. I've been to the 2 in Florida, St. Augustine and Daytona, and they're incredible. And actually, they don't use these chargers because they were earlier Buc-ee's. And the earlier Buc-ee's that have the charging uses the Charge Point Pluses that are 400 or 350 units. That are really good too. I've used those a couple of times. But all new Buc-ee's get these units here. This is the big boy charger, the #1 charger in America right now. So all of a sudden, they started putting them in. Buc-ee's, then we saw in the news all the Simon Malls. Okay, 2 of them right here in Tampa Bay, got them really quick. This is all since January 1st. This isn't 2-3 years ago. This is all fresh. I'm trying to keep up with it right now and make videos and this and that. And where do I go? I could have went 5-6 places tonight and filmed. It's that many happening that quick. But like I said, they're going to do the Starbucks. There's primarily the locations are going to be on the interstate between San Diego, California, and Seattle. So essentially, the main highway between those two, the whole west coast of the United States, is going to have, and they're expecting every like 75 to 100 miles, putting them in at Starbucks, with some Starbucks on the East Coast. So a lot of Mercedes-Benz coming in here, a lot, and coming quick. And this is one of the few that's not affiliated with any of that. So cool stuff. I was just up in Connecticut, where I'm originally from, over the weekend for the 4th of July weekend. One just opened in Lee, Massachusetts, the Berkshires in Massachusetts, within the last month, and another one in Connecticut, South Windsor, which is a major eastern community for downtown Hartford. They're about 10 miles out. We're only about 12, 13 miles from downtown Tampa here. So they're opening these everywhere. So they sort of double dip. They got their own charging network. They're in with IANA, using the same chargers at both networks, okay? As the sun goes down a little bit, you see these are a little bit brighter. I really like these. They use these at the same at all locations. The only ones that have the roof, the big everything, is the Sandy Springs home location. But all these right here, you get the lights, you pull in, obviously, and it's showing a little better. I'm noticing this as it comes along. My light there, put it up on there, Janet, number 5, is now blue. It was a little hard to tell when the sun was hitting it. It looked pure white. So when you're pulling in, you can see the station that's being used. All the rest, the fluorescent, are green, and then when it's being used, it looks like a purplish blue. So that is really cool. So you can see as you're driving up, what's open, not trying to figure it out. So just like their other locations here, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, 6 times 2 is 12. There's 12 stalls. There's 10 stalls here. Okay, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1, 1. The one at the very end is your handicap parking spot. Always use last. It's good practice. Okay. The one next to it is a single 2, but that one you're not splitting power. On these, you're splitting 400, 200, 200. There's nobody here right now. That's nice. So that I am getting 400. Okay, my car only pulls, as we saw, 187, 188. So that's a good thing. If we had another ID4 here, we both could get 200 and we both could ramp up at full speed. But if you have a high-powered car, like a Taycan, the Hummers, all of those, okay, these are perfect because they can't afford to split power, okay? So this is what you have here. This one, and you can use that one. Supposed to use it last, handicap. We're trying to be all compliant and everything like that. So the one thing I don't like, the 3 locations, or at least the 2 here that are already open. I don't know if the third one up in Wesley Chapel. In other parts of the country, they're taking 3 of these or 4 of these, and they're the CCS ones. I have a CCS plug car, okay? The Tesla plug, which is the next, is on a couple of them at other locations. And I wish they would have done that, and they will eventually when the cables fray or break or have to be maintenance or stuff. Because if somebody has a Tesla right now and pulls in and wants to use this location, Tesla's opened up their network to us. The Volkswagens, the Porsches, and the Audi. It's actually supposed to be this month I can use the Tesla location. They have opened it up to us, but we're not opening these up to them. You don't see a lot of Tesla people at a CCS. You see it occasionally. Right now, they could come here, but they would need an adapter. Okay, they need to have a couple of these. I know Ayana did that on their locations. The one in Valdosta we visited had 2 of these, so they had 4 plugs, nice, clearly marked for the Tesla plugs. So 4 of those without adapters could charge. So that's a big deal. I think that's an improvement area down the road here. Mercedes is known for their garbage cans, cleaned every day. Here it is late in the day, nice, totally empty, a little bit of garbage at the very, very bottom, nothing overflowing, no bees, no flies, no nastiness. And I like how they put all the pavers in too. The pavers with the nice signal lights, and all the dispensers are marked. This is number 8. It's marked up here, number 8, 7, 7. Very, I like the signage we're getting. Ayana does the same thing, even more so with bigger signs. You pull up, a lot of people are new to this space. They want to know how the hell to use this. And it just makes it so much easier. It really does. It really does. So, you got some trees here. You want to turn around, Jen, over here? You see we got some nice trees here that were already here. So when the sun's beating down the middle of the day, you might want to go to that spot, the one here. Rain and stuff like that. We don't have a canopy. Would have been perfect in a perfect world. Probably would have doubled the cost. But, super modern, state-of-the-art equipment. There's your transformer that comes in from the street. There's your switch gear, sends it right out to the dispensers. This is the same dispenser Walmart's putting in, BP Pulse at the Travel Centers of America. They make it look a little different. They're just different colors. They're the same. They are exactly the same. Made in Wisconsin by American workers. Alpha Petronic is an Italian company, like I said in the past. They're the #1 charger in Europe. These are everywhere. They made a U.S. office in Charlotte, North Carolina. Started a little factory up in Wisconsin where these are assembled, made, put together, whatever you want to call it. The #1 cable management. The cables are never on the ground, anything like that. And this is what evolution of the charging has come to. And I said this when I was at the Ayana station. It's just not going to a gas station and the thing is nasty, the cable, nothing's working, the screens are broken and everything else. You come here, we can go have a sandwich over there at the microbrewery. We want to go down to Dunkin' Donuts. We want to get a hamburger over here at Sonic. You got the ice cream place. Late at night, we already ate dinner. Let's get an ice cream. And then they have daytime businesses. You got the tanning company. You got cleaners. There's another Vietnamese restaurant. I mean, I'm just looking one right after. This is what it should be right here, okay? And the funny thing is, I can go down, just in the last 3 months, there's a Tesla at a Wawa, it's about 2 miles from here. That's been here a year or 2. But just in the last 3 months, Thornton's gas station about 6 miles that way, okay, that has 6 stalls, and they're using the Trident 150s, okay? There's another Thornton's gas station about 2 miles this way, 6 stalls using the Trident 150s. And about 4 miles that way, another 2 miles past the Thorntons, is a 7-Eleven opened up literally a couple weeks ago. I'm a 7-Eleven guy. I love 7-Eleven. Grew up on Slurpees. Still love them. All that. They need to do a better job at 7-Eleven because they're just going to get. Why would you go there when you could come here for the same price? They're 39 cents. This is 40 cents. Theirs is 90 kilowatts a charger. They say 180, but it's 180. It's 90 and 90, but they don't share. So if nobody's on the other side, you're not getting 180 here. You're only getting 90. So it's almost like when you look at their app, it's like, so you do get slow charging there. Just because it says 90 doesn't mean you're getting 90 either. It's usually 65 to 75 at the most. Okay, so I'd like to see 7-Eleven do a better job. I've watched some other EV enthusiasts, Kyle Connors, out of spec, that says if they upgrade their cables and put some new software in that is available, you can get 180 out of each side. Okay, why aren't they doing that? Well, obviously 7-Elevens are franchise owned. So the franchisee would probably have to come up with the extra cash. That's what I'm thinking. I'm going to try to get an interview with the 7-Eleven Corporation. Find that out. Circle K's are company owned. So they make the decision at the corporate level what to do, what to put in. I love Circle K's. My car pulls 160, 154 on those. They're 180 units. So big difference there, big difference there. But these are clean, nice. This has been up and running probably 5 weeks, maybe 6 weeks, a month and a half. It looks like the day they opened it. No garbage, no cigarette butts, no nothing. Jenna, let's take a look over here, see what we're up to. All right, come on over so we can see the screen here. I'm at 57% state of charge. I'm only drawing 78 kilowatts. I've known this. Now that we're in the heat of the summer, this thing rips, and it used to go all the way to 40% at about 180, 185, 188, and then it would start scaling down. Now, it's pumping so much energy. I'm coming in a low state of charge, so much energy, so quick, that the thermals have been ripping on this car since about a minute or two after it started charging. Okay? So it actually it's a little thermal deration because of it's trying to keep up to get more. Because usually at 58%, I'm still at 100, 115%, and you can see it's already down because the car is trying to play catch up right now. So much energy is getting. It's a hot day down here, so the hot days of Florida work for some purposes, but also hurt you on others. Okay, so it's still slowing it down a little bit still. I mean, I'll be at 80. It was at what, 9% when we started. I'll be at 80% before you know it. Okay, and I've only been talking a few minutes, Shows that the other port's available, shows that it's a CCS. Okay. Time to get to 119 minutes from now. It says somewhere on here, it's only been $17. And charge time, I've been out here for 19 minutes, just right there, 19 minutes now. And we put a lot in, and I'm only going to go to 80% tonight. The energy delivered, this car is an 82 kilowatt battery. It's a 24 Pro S ID4. Okay, so this has all the upgrades on it. So 82 kilowatt battery, 77 usable, and we're almost at 43 kilowatts we put in 19 minutes. I mean, this thing is ripping. Even though the kilowatts are down a little bit, it was cranking so much in the beginning, it makes a big difference. I noticed that the Iona station, when you hit the charging detail here, it actually gave a little more information right here. It showed the amps, the amperage and the wattage and all that stuff. It's not doing it here, showing you the charging curve. You see how it got to a certain point and it just fell off a cliff. That's because the battery's hot. That's exactly what's going on right now. Tells you right there, we're almost at 20 minutes charging. But to go from 9% to 80% in what, 24, 26 minutes, I will take that all day long, I also noticed too, when it was a little colder in Florida, which has been a very long time ago, about March, we went to charge. It wasn't this hot, but it wasn't cold either, but it was just a little cool. And we could actually get 193, 192 highest charging speed. Highest charging speed now is about 187, 188. And like I said, it's a published rate of 170. So this is what you take the good and the bad with the heat. And that's what that is. And just like I said, we fell off a cliff here. I've actually wondered about playing around with it if it's the cable. These are cool cables and stuff. And yeah, so you touch this to the touch. This is hot. And it's hot because they were just cranking so much energy in it the thermals had to kick on. So cool stuff here. And you come on up here, you can actually hear the fans are actually ripping, and they have been the whole time. It's just a matter of putting it in as fast as it can go. But like I said, it's a great car. This is a great charging curve. The heat's been working a little bit against us at the end, So like I said, I really like the lights up there. When the sun was on them, it looked white, but now it's a big difference, and it's the purple blue. But cool stuff, cool stuff. I'm going to be going over the site down in Ellington, the Bradenton one, because the coolest thing about that, it's exactly like this, no different, except for it's a big parking lot at a Simon Mall, and you literally go like this across the same parking lot. You can walk through in about 30 seconds, and there's 16 Tesla stations, dispensers, and then there's 4 Electrify Americas. And when I went down there, it was like this. Nobody was over here. It was cheaper. And everybody's got Electrify America and Tesla. And I'm like, hey, got the better chargers here. What's going on? So it's just an education project. This, process to get out there and let people know what these are about. They probably think they're more expensive because they got the Mercedes emblem on them, things like that. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Now we've been here 20 minutes. There was no cars when we got here. Cars are coming in and out constantly. Ice cream store, Sonic, the brewery over here. Not one car's pulled up here to charge. A Tesla drove by, looked at us, and kept going. So a little different. Cool stuff here. I'm going to be bringing up some more reviews on the Mercedes-Benz charging network, IONNA, and Walmart Energy as they invade the Tampa Bay market with the electrification. That is literally happening as we speak. I've been watching the site, see if construction started. Electrify America in the background has put 4 stations in the last year. And they put 3 stations in the last 6 months. And they have that incoming one in Temple Terrace. It shows already on their map. So everybody's jumping on board. Very surprised when I was in Connecticut. Connecticut, in between Boston, New York City, high education, high-paying jobs, defense industry, banking, of course, insurance, things like that. And I was there for 4.5 days, and I saw like 6 or 7 electric cars. A couple of Teslas, a couple of Mach-E's. I'm like, didn't see any Pulsars, didn't see any Lucids, didn't see any Hummers. I mean, the things that I see on a daily basis here. And it's because the state doesn't support electric cars. They're against the direct selling with Tesla and Rivian and all that. And I saw one Rivian. I went to a Rivian station. There was one Rivian at a Rivian station. Nobody else charging there. And you come back here to Tampa, and I probably saw 30 electric cars driving over here tonight. And I wasn't even looking. I'm actually looking for Volkswagen ID4s, and I see them more and more now. And I see the Polestars, the Lucids. I see Hummers, a lot of Cadillacs, a lot of Blazers and Equinoxes, a lot of Hyundais and Kias, lots and lots of electric cars, and they need a place to charge. And people do charge at home a lot. I don't. Live in an older house. Cost me a lot of money to upgrade my circuit box, so I just choose to go to the DC fast chargers. Electrify America is 3 miles and 6 miles away from my house, 2 different ones. It was worth the drive over here, the 12 miles over here. Made a big difference. So it's what people want and what they're getting and everything else, People driving by, see me here, guys with the trucks. I thought maybe it was a Silverado electric. It wasn't. I heard that diesel engine crank in when he drove by me, just wondering what's going on. So just want to bring everybody up to speed on this. I'm going to be making a lot more videos at a lot more sites in the Tampa Bay market. Our small channels primarily about what's happening in electrification of Tampa Bay, cars, reviews. Like I said in a previous video, there is a Polestar showroom in Tampa. There are 2 showrooms for Tesla, actually 3 if you count the mall, 2 service centers for Tesla, and there's a mobile service center for Lucid. So everything is here, just not the selling, the driving, the fixing after. Everything is here the way it should be. And maybe it's not happening as fast in other parts of the country, but here to Orlando and West Palm Beach to Miami, watch out, because everything is full bore right now. I just want to sign off. This is Tampa Chris. Everybody have a good night, and we'll see you in another video in a couple days.